that my friend told me, Mary, maybe it's time for you to find a guy whom you can share everything with. Hello mga pangga! Good morning, good night! Si Mary na Sydney. Welcome back to my channel! So today's video, I'm going to answer one of the questions being asked by my friend. I know that most of you guys have been so curious about how David and I meet each other. So today, I'm going to tell you guys. If you have time, come on, let's talk. So disclaimer lang mga pangga, no, palihog kog sabot sa akong in English nga wa dito, wa dinhi. I was not confident to date a guy because at that time I didn't feel pretty at all and I didn't have time to date because I was a single mom, working mom for how many years. So I focused my time for my children and for my work as a public school teacher. My children told me to look for a daddy. I was really surprised when I heard them telling me so. However, at that time, my life was not really happy and complete. Like, I had a fair share of stress and depression that my friend told me, Mary, maybe it's time for you to find a guy whom you can share everything with. It's like, no, I'm not that pretty to date a foreigner and I'm not that really confident enough. Besides, I have 2 children already. I had actually a lot of excuses to say no. Like I said to my friend, no, I mean, I am afraid, I am scared of being hurt again. At the same time, I don't know if the guy that I would be dating would accept my 2 children. So I was really kinda hesitant to look for a guy and to date. Until such time that my friend told me, Mary, my mother married a foreigner. We were 4 and then my stepdad married my mom and she's 40 at that time. How could you not find a guy? You're so nice woman and very responsible mom. So despite of all excuses that I had, I did. So I opened an account in a dating website. It's in cherryblossom.com. In that platform, you can actually customize it according to the kind of person that you'd like to date with. Like you can actually set the age range, the nationality, and the status. And you can also set the educational background of the guy that you would like to date with. So I set up an account and then I set up an age range which is 40 to 60. Actually, I prefer to date a guy who is mature enough, who is old, because I am mentally old. Mentally old. Like I don't know, I feel mature, and I'd love to talk to a guy who is already mature, more mature than I am. I receive hundreds of messages and notifications already that guy wants to say hi, hello, and read my profile. Honestly, I had been chatting a lot of guys already from different countries before I met my husband, but there were times that I was disappointed with them because some of them only look for sex, you know, and which I don't like. And my intention was to find a guy whom I can share everything with, who can serve as the father of my children. I'm not looking for a Salvador del Mundo because I have already a job. I can provide the needs of my children already, but I am looking for a guy who can complete my family. First few months, I was discouraged in that site because I met some guys in there, but they are of different intentions. So I stopped for a while and then I opened it up again. Until December 2017, David messaged me for the first time. And then, well, the kind of messages that we exchanged was just casual hi and hello, how are you? Without really emotional and mental connections, because at that time I was so busy being a single working mom. And at that time, he had a surgery. until month of March. So March 2018, David messaged me again and asked me, Mary, would it be nice if the guy that you are dating with has the same profession as you have? And I was like, yes, it is nice, but it would be more nice if that guy would have mental and emotional connection to me. So and then he asked me again, Mary, have you ever imagined yourself and your children moving in a different state in the future? And I was like, if moving to a different country would mean to be with the person that I love, why not? So that's how our conversation flows. And then it was actually kind of a job interview, like we exchanged questions in our answer portion. So that was so fun and so cool. He asked my Skype account, and then he called me morning and night, and then I asked decent pictures of him, because actually the photos that he posted on the website are not actually clear. They are blurred, like I couldn't see his real face. And so he sent me a real picture of him. I don't know, there are a lot of guys in there with decent formal pictures, but his profile picture that he used was his picture when he was 26. And I was like, he's already 56 in his profile, and why is that? It's kinda young. So I was actually dubious about it. So he sent me a recent picture of him, and he said that, Mary, I am actually a little bit of insecure because I'm already old. I'm already 56 and you are 30. I was 29 at that time, and I was like, for me, David, age doesn't matter. What matters the most to me is the mental and emotional connection. I mean, how you handle the relationship, how you take care of me, how you love me, and how could I give you the love and care that you gave me. Sort of like that. And so that's it. And then he asked me, I don't know what comes into his mind, because he asked me, Mary, I am really excited to meet you in person, which I was also, because I believe, you know, the person that you are dating online is so much different in reality. So I was like, sure, why not? If you have time, why not come here in the Philippines? And then he asked me, when do you like me to come in there, to go in there? And I was like, so finally he asked me when I would like to meet him in person. I would really love to meet him in person, because as I believe, you know, the person that you are dating online is quite different the person in reality. So I was like, that was first week of month of May, and I was like, at the time as well, I was actually testing how deep the water is. So I was like, if he is single and if he's a teacher, if he has a job, he could probably afford to come here whenever I would love to. So I was like, why not this month? So he was like, okay, Mary, I would think of it overnight. And so the following morning, he called me and he said, hey, Mary, guess what? I already have tickets. And I was like, oh, really? He really meant it. Like, so he told me about his flight details, that he would come in the Philippines maybe at May 26th. So our conversation and calling each other continued until he came for the first time we met. But at that time, I was having a 10-day seminar in DepEd. So he came 26th of May 2018, and I was on my 5th day of seminar. I was really exhausted because the seminar was really heavy. It's all about content in English and so and so. But still, I managed to meet him on the date that he asked me to. So I was surprised because he asked me before he came, Mary, can you suggest of a hotel that I could stay? And so I was like, maybe he could afford to stay in a luxurious hotel. So I told him, why not book a room in a Marco Polo hotel? And so he did. But I asked him, if we meet, we only have dinner. There's no sex at all or whatsoever in your mind. And I said, yes, Mary, yes, that's. So I just made a clarification about it. And so finally, the day came, the night came. So I came from my, I just came from my seminar. I went home. I went. I rushly went home, changed clothing, get dressed, be beautiful. I mean, get energized to, have a date in my life. Okay, first date in my life. So we met at Marco Polo lobby. He was wearing a polo shirt, and then I was wearing dress. I tried myself to be beautiful. I was smiling, and then he smiled at me when he saw me, and then he gave me a bouquet of flowers. And I was surprised because he also gave a present for my children. I was kind of touched at that thought, because he's thinking not just only me, but he's thinking of my children. So, as a mom, that's your weakness, your children. So we talk about everything, about his flight, about what he likes, and he just laughed and smiled and smiled. I was like, huh? And then he told me, Mary, you are a very good conversationalist. I'm like, oh. So the time ticked by so quick, and I had to say goodbye because I had to attend another seminar for the following day. So I took a taxi, went home, and then attended another seminar, and then he messaged me, and Mary, I would really love to invite you for another dinner again. So I was actually exhausted at the time, but I still managed to get dressed again and then meet him. So we went to Ayala, had dinner in there, and then I took him in Xbox. We had a karaoke in there. We love karaoke. Filipino love to have karaoke. And then he was actually exhausted at the same time. And maybe because he's having jet lag. He was jet lagged, very jet lagged at that time. So he just drank coffee to get himself energized. And then, again, time passed by so quickly if you're happy. So I had to say goodbye. And then I went home. And the following day, he messaged me again. He wanted to have another dinner. Unfortunately, that was my 8th day of a seminar, and I was so exhausted that I did not come for the 3rd dinner. And I couldn't make it in the 4th and the 5th until he had to go back to US. Well, he said, Mary, I'm really interested in you, and I am impressed by your smile. I actually fell in love with his genuine smile and humility. So that's my first impression. And then he came back here and then said that he thought that I broke his heart for not coming for the 3rd dinner, but I told him that I was really having a hard time managing. I mean, I didn't have enough time to go for a love life because I was so devoted to my children and to my job. But so he understood that time. And then he messaged me again and he said, Mary, when do you like me to come back? And I said, you just came in your place and then you're gonna come back? And he said yes. So I was like, why not on my birthday? So that was July. So the following day he said, Mary, guess what, I already have a ticket, see you on your birthday. I was kinda surprised. He really gave me time, July, and then he came back again October, and then he came again December. But at that time, me and my children went to Hong Kong with him. So that was so nice of him to do that, and I was really, shall we say, fell head over heels with his generosity and kindness and humility and thoughtfulness of me and my children. So we started working on my papers, on our papers. He wanted me and my children to come here in America. I was hesitant to bring my children with me, and I said, I have to go first. I have to leave my children behind, and I have to make sure that you are a nice person to live with. Yes, that's what I did. I declined his offer. But anyhow, he petitioned the three of us until the month of February 2019. I was so sure that I will go first. But then there's something happened that it changed my mind. I said, we are going to go there. So I had to bring my children with me. I don't know, I just couldn't afford to go to a faraway place without my children. I said, well, whatever happens to us in there, good or bad, as long as my children are with me, we are all gonna be fine. So yeah, that was the biggest decision that I made in my life, moving here with my children. And so far, it's been our June, July, 10 months of staying here in US, and we already surpassed obstacles. We had a lot of first times. Everything was amazing so far, except the homesickness stage. But we're almost getting in there. I mean, we are almost over homesickness. So that's it. David is a good guy. Like, he is the same guy that I met the first night until now, and hopefully he won't change. So yeah, it's actually amazing. Like, I didn't expect that I would get married year 2020, that I could met a guy in an unexpected profile, in an unexpected way. So I was not in a hurry at that time. I was taking my time being a single mom, and God will give you the right person at the right time in the right place. So that's it. The journey of searching for the right guy was not really easy. It's actually painstaking. Like, you have to undergo a lot of challenges and obstacles, and you have to learn a lot of lessons. But yeah, good thing that my friend encouraged me and supported me along the way. So without her and without my children, I wouldn't meet David. So that's it, guys. I know that you too have different version of your story. So if you have time, just comment your own love story below, and yeah, tell me what you think. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. I appreciate it. Till next time. Bye.